Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're looking at the Halo 4 Series 2 Elite Ranger figure made by McFarlane, of course. And oh my goodness, this one's cool. This one's a really cool figure. Looks way better than the Jackal. Way better. Really nice. Mostly just because he can hold his freaking gun. I think that's kind of important. When you have a toy that comes with an accessory, he needs to be able to hold said accessory. And this guy can do it. And not only can he do it, but he does it with style. Because, two things. One is he has articulated fingers, and two, his hand actually fits on the weapon, Todd. Todd, you listening, Todd? The Jackal doesn't hold the weapon. This guy holds it nicely. What happened? Where's the disconnect? Why can't the Jackal hold it too? This guy holds it so nicely. Alright, but let's talk about the figure instead of just the accessory. Although I think that's pretty important. He stands almost 7 inches tall. You could probably get a little more height out of him. Stop standing like that, Elite Ranger. You could probably get a little more height out of him if you finagle his joints a little bit, because he's got lots of bended joints. Bent? I said bended. Bended. That's not a word. He's got a lot of bent joints. So you can make him taller if you want to. He has a really snazzy helmet in that you can see his face through it, but it doesn't come off. Sadly, I tried my hardest. It doesn't come off. Can't get it off. So that's kind of disappointing. Real quick before we get into the figure anymore, I want to show you the size comparison between Chief, who lost Cortana apparently in his hand, and the Elite. That's about right, I think. I think he should be about that size in comparison, so that's okay. Alright, let's talk about the figure. Paint application, pretty darn good. I don't see really any problems that are persistent throughout the figure. It looks fairly clean. All of the little detail work, all these yellow spots, the little green spot there on his spine piece thingy, it all looks good. All nice and clean. The green on the shoulder pads looks good. All the silver parts look good. Everything looks good on this guy. His weapon looks good. This purple metallic they're using looks really good. There's two different shades of it. There's silver, there's blue. They went all out on the weapons, at least on the Covenant weapons. The carbine looked good, this one looks good, the sculpt is fantastic. The weapon peg actually does come out on this weapon, and he doesn't have a spot on his back again because they don't do that, but you can use it for Master Chief, although I have a suspicion that if this is accurate scaling in the game, when Master Chief uses it, it's a little bit smaller because this gun looks pretty darn big. I don't remember seeing any Spartans holding a gun that was almost as big as them in the game, but whatever. It's still there and it's okay. And like I said, how nice it is that he actually holds it. That's amazing to me. That's like the best job they've ever done. His finger goes through the trigger area whole thing. He holds it nicely. This hand can hold the barrel of it to steady his shot. It's just amazing how good they did with that, how well they did. I can't speak tonight. And how bad they did on the Jackal. Alright, let's talk about this guy. The neck is articulated. Ball peg in the neck. The head, it feels like it's articulated, but I can't tell if it's actually articulated or if it's just glued on loose like. Can it actually... Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to finagle it a little bit, but it's hard to say. This is all separate, by the way. It's one piece, but this is actually a separate sculpt, so that's kind of cool. The shoulders are ball hinges, so they have the ratcheting hinge, and then they swivel at the torso. Then we have the same type of joint in the elbow. It swivels at the bicep and is ratcheted like that. Then we have a swivel here, which I find that one's stuck. A swivel right here, which I don't really understand because this piece swivels here. The ball hinge swivels at the wrist. So that's a double swivel right there. It's really redundant. I don't get it at all. And I don't like it because it ruins the sculpt and it makes the wrist a little floppy. So I don't care for it too much. But it is there, so I noted it. And then we have, like I said, the ball hinge in the wrist, which is good. And then we have the hinge in the fingers, which is awesome because you can close his hand for a fist or hold the weapon, whatever you want. You can do it, and that's good for any action figure. Alright, so the torso is on a double ball peg. Pretty good range of motion. That's where some of the height's going to come from, by the way. If you lean him forward, he's shorter, obviously. If you stand him up, he's taller. Really good range of motion. It's a little hollow looking, which lends itself to the range of motion. So I can't be too picky. It's either one or the other. But I love the range of motion you can get out of this guy. It's going to make for some great posability with other figures. The hips, on the other hand, I can't say so much for. Double ball peg, but really it's just a single ball peg, and maybe it even is just a single ball peg. It's really hard to kind of see in there, but just like the Spartans, there's almost no range of motion. You just get the swivel and just the tiniest little bit side to side. It's really disappointing. But he does have the ball hinged knee, so it swivels at the knee, at the thigh, and is hinged there, so you can give him some more height that way. Also, if you want to, just straighten that leg out a little bit instead of putting it like that. Then he has the full-on ball hinge ankle, just like Spartan wrists and elbows, so it swivels at the shin and at the foot and is ratcheted. He's got nice big squared off feet on the bottom, or squared off on the bottom I mean, so he'll stand no problem, basically tripod feet. So standing's not a problem. Posability is pretty good aside from the hips. Paintwork's spot on. Brand new sculpt work all the way around. He's got a full-on undersuit, it looks like. Just really well done. This guy is a definite buy for any Halo fans, and maybe even other collectors. If you like just nice action figures, this is a good one to pick up. I think these guys are pretty much priced from like $12 to $15. Easily worth it. A really cool figure. Look at, see that loose wrist thing? That's why it's a problem, by the way. But like I said, this guy is definitely worth the money. The Jackal maybe not so much. But bam, that guy looks awesome. Go buy one. Big Bad Toy Store still has them in stock. Don't know if they're going to last for long. I don't know if people lost interest over the year of waiting. But he's still there now, so go buy him if you can. It's a cool figure. I do recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.